How na dey? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on your time zone. My people, you see, this Bini artifact issue, when we hear wetin Omonoba talk, Oba Ey the second, Oba Atokpe he was very subtle in his approach, very soft. He said the confusion did not come from him because he and His Excellency Governor Obaseki sat down and discussed how it should be. But you know what? Obaseki did not want to do it that way. If you watch my second video, I explain what transpired. So the Oba said we should begin to pray. Pray. Because he make one comment. He said money is the root of all evil. Because money is involved. A lot of money, billions of dollars are involved in this artifact that is coming back. So money could change a man. That is true. So he said we should begin to pray so that God touch the hearts of all those involved. So I personally left the matter in the hands of God, say let's begin to pray. But some certain things came up that said, no, I will keep bringing out all the plans, all the evils that people are doing to take that artifact away from the Oba Palace, where it rightly belonged. You see, there was a publication. First of all, I want to say there are three parties to this artifact. The artifacts rightly belong to the palace. So the Oba of Bini is involved. Oba Atokpe. Governor Obaseki is also very involved because he wants to use the museum to take the artifacts. That's his plan. He wants to make money with this artifacts. Fine, there's nothing wrong making money if it is your own. I am not against him making money, having a big plan. They want to make a museum for West Africa. No. But the basic fact is this: it is not your own. So you cannot make money or receive money that is coming because of this artifact when it is not your own. It is simple. I don't know why it's so difficult for Obaseki to understand. So the palace is one of the party involved. The Obaseki is also one of the second party involved. Then the federal government is the third party involved. But something came out of lately that we are beginning to suspect Obaseki or the federal government. I have 20% suspicion for the federal government. Why? Because the federal government has said we are going to keep these artifacts, and Oba has not said anything. I know he will tell the federal government no, but for now he has not said anything. When the time reach, he will say he will tell the federal government what's in his mind. Fine. 80%, I believe Obaseki is still carving, planning, doing everything possible to get this artifacts. Why do I say so? Because I also know that he had wanted this artifact to be in his hand, and now he does not have it, so he's not happy. That's one. Two, he made a comment that when people were saying, why didn't you go to see the Oba? He said he will see the Oba when he has time. Obaseki, do you know how old is the Bini Empire or the Bini Kingdom, the Oba of Bini is just a representative of that institution. Do you know how old Nigeria was not even think about when the Bini Empire was already in existence? You saying you will think about it, or when you have time, you will go and see the Oba, it's just indication that you don't want to go to see the Oba, because you cannot look the Oba's face and lie. You cannot look the Oba's face, then you lie, because every man has a conscience. So what my belief is 80% Obaseki is still scheming to get the artifact. And what is his latest plan now? Or what is the latest thing he has done now? There was a group of people which I believe was sponsored by Obaseki. I might be wrong, but I think the Oba cannot sponsor people against himself. And the federal government has this thing in its possession. So what other things can the federal government do? So this publication came out from two newspapers, These Days and the Vanguard. A set of idiots, people who are criminal, came out in that publication to say they are from Igun. They are from Igu. They are the original maker of those bronze artifacts. They said they are from Igu. So they are the original owner of that artifact. So what are they trying to say? They are trying to tell the federal government the artifact does not belong to the Oba, that it is their own. I want to tell you a little thing about the Bini Empire or the Bini Kingdom and the Igun people. First of all, where the palace is today was also the same place the palace was during the time of Oba Ovorame. The raiding of the Benin Palace was during the time of Oba Ovorame. But the palace then was much more bigger, was almost like 10 times bigger than it was now, or than it is now. The palace extended to Oba Market. If you know Benin so well, during the time of Ovorame, the palace extended. The palace was made up of the inner carcass, the main surrounding palace, and the like a district, Eguaba, like a district. The Oba Market was in the district of the palace. The palace was just entirely district. Orokpota Hall was also inside the palace. It was where the town crier go out to make announcements every evening. That is why it is called Orokpota Hall. Nanakpota. You make announcement in the evening. The palace even extended to the state house, where the state house is now. The palace also incorporated the Igu people. Who are the Igu people? These are people that were working for the palace. And what were their job? They were people who were casting this bronze artwork. We are doing it as a kind of documentary of the history, and also using it to beautify the palace. So the Igu people were working for the palace. So people are coming out now to say they are Igun people. They were fake, they are not real Igun people. They came out and said they are Igun people, so they did the artwork. But thank God, the real Igun people came out and they went to NUJ, National Union of Journalists, with a protest. They went there, led by the spokesman of these Igun people. Osaini Ini is the spokesperson. He came out to tell the world that publication in Vanguard and this day has nothing to do with them, that publication was fake, that people who made that publications are not people from Igun. They are people who are trying to cause confusion because of these activists and because of money. You see, people who are causing this confusion does not like the activists. They like the money coming with it. Billions of dollars. This is what is making all of them go crazy. So he came out with 4 other chiefs. I will call their names. These are people from the Igun quarters. Chief Osa, Chief Eanire, Chief Akenua, and Chief Ohere. They came out and were leading a press briefing stroke protest to disassociate themselves from that publication. That whoever made that publication is an enemy of the palace. They are working for the palace. They have always been working from the palace since 1280 AD. That is 11th centuries. That is, they are over 2,000 years ago. They have been working for the palace. And they said in 1280, Chief Oguonla was the Oba that gave them a royal chapter to go commercial. These are people that will, it is like, let me explain a little bit about this. This video is going to be a little bit long because I need to explain some certain things to you. If you look at the Roman Empire, they have what we call the gladiators. These are fighters living inside the palace. There are 2 things. They train people for war. They were like foot soldier. They train people for war. They also serve as entertainment to the king during the Roman Empire. Let's go a little bit. Egypt. Remember when Joseph was in Egypt, they said the Pharaoh called all his magicians to interpret the dream for him. Those people were inside the palace. They are being paid. They live there. They work for the king. When the king sees some certain things that is not right, he called them. This is what I have dreamt about. Can you interpret it? And nobody was able to interpret it. And why did I personally believe they were not able to interpret it? Because God wanted to use Joseph. So he gave Joseph the key of interpreting that dream. It's not as if those guys have not really been interpreting for the king. They have been. But God wanted to use Joseph. So these are people working inside the palace. They are in the payroll of the palace. That is the same thing with the Igun people. These are people that have been privileged to be trained and get involved in the bronze casting. If you still go to Igun today, it is still there and they are still doing it. So for somebody to come out and say, they are from Igu and they are fake, that thing belong to them. Thank God, the original people from Igu has come out and say it's a false publication. It did not come from them. That their forefathers are happy working for the palace, and they are also working for the palace. So they said immediately after the protest or press briefing, they are going to go to the palace to tell the Oba, say, we are not involved in these publications. So what can we learn from that? Somebody is head bent on making sure that those artifacts did not get to the palace. How? By causing confusion. I will not be surprised if Obaseki paid some chiefs from other surrounding villages to also come out and say the artifact is theirs. You see, what is happening now is something that we already knew, that this man is not working for Bini people. Obaseki has always been anti-Edos, anti-Benis. We keep saying it. Even when the Oba recommended somebody for NDDC, 2 people, the presidency have already said, yes, we will accept them. Obaseki went around, took that job away from an Edoma and gave it to somebody from Delta. You see, our people say, now when you they go farm, when you they clear the road to farm, now you go know person will go walk for farm. We've been saying it to Edo people. Waiting Oshomole see after 4 years, we self go see him. I'm talking about those who voted for him. After 4 years, una go see him. So, how can a governor be so, I just don't know, to begin the attack an institution that has been existing since the beginning? If you trace the history of the Benis, you will know that we came from Egypt. History of the Benis shows we came from Egypt. Why the Igbos are from Israel? The proofs are there. So, my brother, I want you people to share this video. Let it get to Obaseki. Say, we don't know the plan we get. And by this grace of God, Oba said we should pray for him. We'll keep praying for him, so that God of money don't enter him. No, it's already in him. So that God of money will go out of him. That is all I have to say. So, my people, this is the latest plan that people have getting involved to make sure that that artifact does not even come to the Bini Empire, does not come to the palace. If Oyibo wait Tifam, even talk say this is a Bini bronze artwork that we are returning, federal government way keeper even said Bini bronze that was stolen. It is clear, say na Bini. History has it. So I will want to please appeal to His Royal Highness Oba of Benin, Ewaye II. He should not take this matter kindly. He should pursue it with all vigor to make sure that this artifact comes back to the palace. It might interest to you, Oba Akenzwa started this fight to return this artifact back. Erediawa continuing. So, His Highness, the Oba of Bini, Ikpenyokpa Ewiye Ren, this artifact would not lost. They must come back to the Bini palace. Oba Atokbe is saying. So this is where we'll draw the curtain of this video. We will ask you to please, if you're watching this video for the first time, subscribe to our channel so that each time we upload video, it comes directly to you. And you can also go back and watch our video. We have over 100 videos on our YouTube channel. It's not always I put my video on Facebook, so try as much as possible to be part of this growing channel. Remember, we love you, and we're taking upon ourselves, when they begin to make plans, we'll begin to reveal their hidden agenda. Thank you very much. God bless. And we'll ask you to keep calm, stay safe, and stay blessed. We'll go catch you now when we make another video. Thanks, and bye bye.